or this month. Gotta do it
Coming
right.
to you from a wrong turn off Route 66. Somewhere in the Sonoran Desert, it's James Out West, featuring Ryan Rooks.
Good morning, Phoenix and friends. How we doing, ladies and gentlemen? James Out West on this. What is it, Thursday? It's Thursday.
It is. We have football tonight.
November 10th, 2022. We do have a game tonight. We do indeed have a game. That's
Is
some
it?
good guitar
Well,
right there.
is it? Is it?
Well, I mean, Atlanta at Carolina now, we will say this. They played like 3 weeks ago, I think week 8. And that was quite the game because DJ Moore caught that improbable touchdown to win the game or put them in a position to win the game, but then took his helmet off, got the penalty, backed up the kicker, missed the extra point because of course he would, go to overtime to lose to Atlanta. That was in Atlanta. The rematch in Carolina. Is Baker Mayfield starting? Is PJ Walker starting? I have no idea. I think it's Baker. I have no idea. I don't know that it changes my opinion on the game to begin with.
I don't think. Carolina. They've given up, right? Like, I mean, they're trading away everything. I think they're.
Well, they traded away everything and got a victory against Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So I mean,
they're stacking draft picks. I don't think that they're trying to like really do. I mean, obviously the players are going to try and play, but So what is it? Is it? We got Carolina is plus 2.5. So I'm taking Atlanta.
Taking Atlanta.
Yep.
So looking at it, obviously Carolina gave up 4 touchdowns to Joe Mixon on the ground, right? Atlanta is 5th in the NFL in rushing, and they got Cordero Patterson back. Shout out Cordero getting 2 tutties last week as well. I'm sure Carolina's pissed about this, but they only have so much. Atlanta's 4-5. Carolina's 2-7. Do we know who's starting? Does it say? Have you seen anything about it?
It looks like Mariota and Mayfield.
No.
But,
Okay.
I
got. Well, here's the thing. What's the point spread?
2.5.
Oh, I got Atlanta winning 24-22, so I guess Carolina covers.
Wow. So you're taking Carolina.
To cover, I mean, yeah, they're not going to win the game, so just mark that. So don't go. Don't go. You took Carolina to win because I didn't take Carolina to win. I think they'll lose.
But with 2.5, that's a really, really.
Yeah, it's
wow.
ballsy. It is what it is.
Okay. Hey, so we really just jumped into it. We didn't normally. We kind of talk about the week and everything that's going on.
We can do that real quick. We just jumped in because we're so excited for Thursday Night Football.
It is. Football's full. But hey, I want to give a shout out because Friday is Veterans Day.
Yeah, sure.
Kids got school off.
Yeah, they do.
Which is funny to me. But I want to shout out all the veterans.
Is that new?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. No, I'm not even saying from when we were a kid. Of course not. But I'm saying I don't remember it last year.
I don't know. It is what it is.
It should be if it wasn't before.
Hey, but either way, shout out veterans. I've had a lot of family members, especially my younger brother, just got back from South Korea this last year. Army. So, yes, very much veterans. Shout out.
Oh, yeah.
We love
Bird,
you. Thank
Marine.
you. I know
thank
you
for
have
what you're doing. Shout out Zabrowski. CW4 Zabrowski. Shout out. Thank you for you guys for your service and what you did because I know you all did a lot.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
And I know.
For real. It means
don't want to forget anybody else.
Everybody. All the veterans. Just
I'm gonna stir up some shit, but unless you're in the Coast Guard, I'm joking. They get enough jokes as it is, so they make a lot more money. So, all right.
Let's.
So yes, that was Friday. Friday is Veterans Day. That's tomorrow. We got a game tonight. And basketball took every team played on Monday because they wanted to make sure that all their players voted on Tuesday. They wanted to make sure they got their.
I'm so glad.
A little bit of their wokeness in. Hey, we are not going to play.
Anymore.
Hockey said they could give a fuck. Hockey's like, we're playing on Tuesday, bro. Half of us are Canadian anyways. Can't vote, wouldn't vote anyways. Peace out. We're playing. Lace them up.
I'm just glad that I'm not going to get the texts and all the calls, like all these spam calls, all these spam texts.
You know what? I will say this. Didn't get a lot of them. I got a few of the texts, like here and there. Didn't get but maybe one call. I got more during the presidential one than this one. And this one, I got a few more through Facebook, but I will say either T-Mobile's doing it right or I have managed to piss off every group with when they call and we actually talk. Dude, they put me on the do not call list again because I don't curse them out, but I just plainly explain to them in a very hilarious manner that what they're doing is ridiculous, and I point out all the fallacies and all that. You really don't want to talk to me. On both sides, by the way. Both sides. I'm an equal opportunity. Both sides stink. So I was 100% in that regard, going after both. So you want to call and talk? Let's do it. Just like when you show up my door and talk religion, let's talk about it.
Like
you ain't gonna like what I want to say.
That Seinfeld episode, he's just like, oh, hey, I'm busy right now. Oh, but I can call you back at your home.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you don't want me to talk at your house? Oh,
yeah.
No. Okay. So then don't call here. So I had like 10 a day, 10 texts at least.
Gracious.
It was ridiculous. And I'm so over it, but it is what it is. I get it.
Well, and it's not over because they're still counting.
Local voting. We'll see what happens.
It is what it is.
But let's talk football. So we have a game that's going to be in Munich. What?
This is the new TB12 theme song. Come on now.
You didn't tell me you were going to do this.
Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? There's the game, first ever game in Munich.
Okay.
Shout out Grove. I know that this is traditional Oktoberfest music, and it's 10 hours worth. We will not be playing 10 hours of it. But if you want to check it out, Seattle I guess they're both on the road in Germany, TB12. I'll cut the music.
That's just off. That was just, you're crazy. But that was funny.
It's
that
fitting.
Was
They're playing in Germany.
It fitted. Yeah, I get it. Okay.
Tell me NFL Network hasn't played that music 10 times.
Probably.
I haven't watched, but I'm assuming.
Okay, so the Seahawks are a lot better than we thought. I predicted that the Seahawks were going to be in last place, probably behind the Cardinals. Now,
that is what you said.
I don't think
it's unbelievable.
We were,
I gotta be honest,
like really expecting Geno to be Geno.
The only people that were expecting that were the people inside the building.
And Pete Carroll, and he did what he did. Like so,
Pete
but
Carroll
we
said
also
he said y'all are going to be surprised. So it kind of makes sense when Pete's like, we're not rebuilding. No. And then you start hearing this, you start seeing it. It's like, oh man, not to tie it back to the gentleman that left the team, but taking care of that team for so long that he wasn't being the face of it, didn't seem like it was in the best interest of the actual team. And now that they have a team with a leader that's amongst the people, not feeling like he's above the people, look at how they're doing.
And their pay, their cap.
Dude, they're fourth in scoring, bro.
Like the Seahawks are good. It literally, I think it's going to be the Seahawks. And
Geno's got 107.2 QB rating on the season, bro.
What is he? He's ranked like 6th, 7th in in the league.
Fantasy, he's like 3rd. It's incredible.
It's crazy. So then on the opposite side, we have TB and Tom Brady going through some things and obviously not looking right.
No.
They're traveling. You want to believe in Tom Brady.
Both teams are traveling.
No, I mean, I get it.
Yeah, I think that's an equalizer there when it comes to that.
But is that a good thing for Tom Brady? Because he's just getting the hell away from fucking all the bullshit.
Bro. Curses follow you worldwide.
Okay.
When a witch puts the juju on you, bro, that follows you around. Not just because you leave.
All right,
that bitch gets on the plane with you.
We got Tampa Bay -2.5.
Yeah, I'm taking Seattle 27-20.
Agreed.
Running game of Seattle, much more superior than Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's running defense is 24th. They're one of the worst against the run. Okay. They're on the field almost the most.
Yeah.
From a defensive standpoint. The travel for both teams, yes. I think just Seattle has more going on. Like I said, when a witch curses you, it's done, ski, son. And he hasn't done the things he needs to do to get that gone. So until that happens, he's going to be riding in this train of turmoil. So I don't see TB12. Dude, they're 0-6 against the spread the last 7 games. Tampa Bay. 0-6.
I mean,
Seattle's 5-1 in their last 6.
Evans is back, right? So we're
Evans was back last week.
I know, but what I'm saying, but it was
what?
Build up. You got to build up, or you got to get back.
No,
in the game.
he missed one game.
Okay.
He missed one game. It's not. There's not. No.
Okay. All right. Next one. Vikings Bills.
So is Josh Allen going to play?
I don't think so.
No, Josh Allen. I'm taking the Vikings, and I think I even had him written down. Let's talk about this. Buffalo's pass D 76.4 on a QB rating. It's an 11 INTs. They are very good against the quarterback. Okay. Pat P versus Patrick Peterson on a reinsurgence of his career, considering, ladies and gentlemen, he was injured. Maybe it was just stale here, et cetera, whatever it might be. Bottom line, he's playing like he did 5 years ago, and he's going to shadow Stephon Diggs all game, which, again, won't matter nearly as much if Josh Allen's not playing because their backup's Case Keenum. We know what Case Keenum can do. So does Minnesota. Case Keenum won them the Minneapolis Miracle with a touchdown to Stephon Diggs. So let's not forget that the greatest catch and throw of these two gentlemen, they're playing together again against Minnesota. Keep that in mind.
So he's questionable as of right now. He didn't practice Wednesday. So knowing Josh Allen, he's going to want to play. Like,
sure.
Obviously.
But is that going to hinder the team?
Is that going to, yeah. He's a smart enough guy. I think he's had enough, what is it, his 4th year?
Yeah.
I believe. So he gets the game, that he understands that if it's going to affect the team, he's not going to play. I don't think he's that.
Coming off a loss? Being 6-3, knowing if they lose and they're 6-4, they could not be the number. I mean, there's a lot to it.
But also, this is another team that, I mean, they're 7-1, so like you want to play against this team, right?
But Pat, shout out Pat the stat guy at home doing his real job.
Dude, Minnesota,
like he said, they're not he argues a little, not argues, but like makes the point that they're not as good as their record indicates, or they haven't played to that potential. But again, they've won the ugly games. They've won the games they had to win. I mean, they barely beat the Cardinals. I think they only beat the Cardinals because of a missed field goal. They only beat the Lions because of something simple. They got shellacked by Philly. So I see what you're saying, but their pass rush has 24 sacks, bro. They pressure the quarterback 30% of the time. That's like 5th in the NFL. 17% blitz rate, according to what people that know, and I don't know why, and I'm sure if it's explained to me, I will eventually get that. But that's good, I guess, that your pressure is double the percentage of your blitzing because you're getting to them without blitzing. You're getting them with 4. Yeah. You know what I mean? Okay, great. If Minnesota, if Josh Allen plays, I'm taking Buffalo 31-24.
So as of right now,
if Josh Allen doesn't play, I'm taking Minnesota in the upset 24-17. Because I just don't think Case Keenum can give you enough offense. And Kurt is a different Kurt. He's not the same old Kurt. Like, he passed through some threshold. And now he's dancing Kurt, dimes Kurt. He's got the jewelry on. He's got more. Off. He's got more, ladies and gentlemen. He also has more just confidence in the offense that he can do things. And he feels he's got the backing of a coach and the backing of an offense that gives him the ability to make changes.
Yes.
Make changes at the line of scrimmage.
And the team supports
instead of just going into a play knowing it's not going to work because you can't change it. There's a big difference there. Bro.
Well, and the team, like, he has a vibe with this team. Like, there is definitely, you can see, like, in these videos that are coming out after the games, the way he's working with his team and, like, having fun and enjoying and celebrating. Yeah, there's something more of a connection there. So, honestly, the way, if I'm putting eyes on it from this season, even though I thought Buffalo was going to be like this next tier, I thought they were going to take that next step, I'm still taking Minnesota, even if Josh Allen plays.
You like that? You like that?
Yeah?
Yep.
That's what you know?
Yep. Yeah. You like
I mean,
that.
Look, I'm not going to change
that. Was actually, thank you. I didn't, you're popping up with some.
I spent some time on the machine.
You're doing some good things.
I spent some time on the machine. So that's where I stand. Obviously, no Josh Allen, no Buffalo Bills pick. We'll wait to do that until Sunday or until something's announced. And I don't, because if he's playing hurt and Minnesota plays the way they can and they can get after the quarterback, then yeah, maybe he plays a little timid and he can't make those deep ball passes. We'll see. I mean, Buffalo's in a bad spot this week.
So he's just going to rush all over everybody and jump over everybody.
Right. Then you have to consider that. It's like, he had last week he didn't have that great of a game. He had 205 yards passing, 0 touchdowns, 2 INTs, a 46 QBR rating, but he also had 96 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. I mean, so it's like even when the arm wasn't working or that wasn't happening for him, he was able to take over the game with the running. They still lost to the Jets, which, I mean, that's bad. But the Jets are better than we thought they were. If I had the Denny Green, they are who we thought they were.
The Buffalo Bills will get this right, and it's just something going into, like, as long as they're healthy going into the postseason, they'll be fine. It's just they're off. They have too much talent.
They had a bad game. Listen, it happens.
They had a bad game. Halfway through the season already. You know that?
I don't like that. I don't like that, but
it's like we were waiting for so long, and I feel like we did so many shows without football, and still talked about football.
Dude, I was about to say,
And
I
now
don't even
we're-
remember what we talked about then. Like, what did we honestly talk about when there was no football? Because we really didn't
Basketball.
cover. Did we cover basketball that deep? I have to go back,
Yeah.
dude. My memory. It's not even memory. I think when I do these shows, it's in and out and it's gone.
It was basketball, and then it was like the draft. We covered like what's going on with trades.
Oh, we talked about some
covered
lists, and we did some other goofy shit, too.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we did like the stupid stuff, and then all the drama with the stupid people that don't handle their personal lives right.
Their personals.
Okay, so let's get to the next one. Lion at the Bears. Now,
Bears -3, 76% of the money is on the Bears. Over under 48.5, and most of the money is on the under.
So Lions are 2-6, Bears are 3-6. A lot of people think the Bears are a better team than they were. We thought the Lions were a better team because they were winning and putting up points early in the season.
Lions just coming off a victory, right? Didn't they just beat Green Bay? I know Chicago coming off of their greatest running game ever, and quarterback did everything.
yards.
But is that going to be consistent? I mean, I understand it's at home.
It has to be.
Well, no, I understand they want it to be, but is it going to be? Like, so now that a team knows that, oh, that's just basically what they're going to, because right now they're number one in rush yards in the NFL as an offense. Chicago is. Cleveland's number 2. Cleveland also had a bye. They went in the bye. Whatever. But their time on the field's 22nd. They don't have the ball very long. Number of plays, they're 26. They don't make a lot of plays. They're dead last in passing. Dead last in passing, usually you're number 1 in rushing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they're 23rd in scoring. Detroit is 9th in scoring, even though they're 7th in passing yards. They're 10th in rushing. They're 4th in yards per play. They have no TJ Hawkinson, and they still beat Green Bay. Now, I understand it's Green Bay's got a lot of shit going on, and it is what it is, but it's still Green Bay. It's still no.
It's not the same
It doesn't
Green
matter
Bay.
if it's still not the same Green Bay. It doesn't matter when it's in division like that, and these guys see each other so much, and they know each other, and they know their plays.
But when you have young kids that don't freaking have that same mentality,
And it's still Detroit.
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so
now
who-
you
who
take
you
a bad
taking?
Detroit team versus a Chicago team. Well, you know what? I probably need to go. I've already made my picks, and I don't even know what they are.
So let me tell you,
let me go. Well,
on
you can't
here,
see me. You can't see me.
it's -2.5. So on Caesars, it's -3. But with what we choose through the CBS, it's -2.5. So just to give you a heads up, I'm taking the Lions. I think Dan Campbell is going to make a speech. This is going to happen.
They won.
He's gonna- he's
They won last week.
He's going to give some tears at the very
Can
end
they
of
win?
it.
Can they win 2 in a row? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if they can win 2 in a row.
It's all about the grit, the grind. The Lions. I mean, who knows? These are 2 bad teams that need to grow. I just think the Lions have a little bit more. And Jared Goff, I mean, he's been to the Super Bowl. Like, I know that with Fields,
You gonna
obviously
give me
he's
that he's been in
popping.
the Super Bowl bit for Jared Goff?
Bro,
They didn't start it. They didn't
I'm
start.
just saying.
Listen, they didn't start
I'm
Jared
not
Goff
saying
in
he's
a
good.
playoff game when he was healthy.
I'm not saying he's good. Like, he's not in that top tier.
After that Super Bowl.
But he has experience to be able to get through some stuff. So, yeah, I'm more experience. And Dan Campbell. I'm just going to take it.
More experience and Dan Campbell. Like, that's the factor is that, and it's Dan Campbell. Let me see what I did. Let me see what I did because I don't remember. Chicago Bears -2.5. Here's what I don't like. 75% of the money's on them. I don't like that
So
necessarily.
you taking with the Bears? That Bears?
Again, can the Bears... Did the Bears didn't even win last week. They just played a Miami team very well. Bro, they're both 4-4 against us. Dude, Detroit's 4-4 against the spread. Chicago's 4-4-1 against the spread. All right, I'm still going to stick with Chicago Bears. I don't like that, but I'm sticking with them. All right, moving on. What's your next game?
All right. So we have the Denver Broncos going into Tennessee. Going up against the Titans. Tennessee's -2.5.
82% of the money's on the Titans. Mother. Really? Come on, people. Quit making it so tough on us.
So let me see. On here, it is still -2.5 as well. So
I mean, what are we doing?
I don't like that. Like,
Here, hold on.
there's so much.
73% of the money's on the Titans. Over under of 36.5. 63% of the money's on the over.
Is Russell Wilson going to be doing high knees on the flight over?
Well, I don't think that matters. We're past that now because he's a weekly thing.
You're so over.
No, he's a weekly thing. You know that. It's a different thing every week. You know, one of the worst things you can do is pray in public and tell people about it. Boy, that's all he
What
does.
was it this
We're
week?
going to get into it.
What was it this week?
I'm sure there was some. I try not to pay attention enough.
Oh, okay.
I really try not to pay attention enough.
He's your favorite player, though. Like, I figure you would just...
I mean, I hate that. I hate the player. Like the player. No, sorry. Let me flip that. I don't hate the player. He's pretty good for a while.
Hate the game?
No, I don't like his off the field. And mostly that's because you think, oh, he's a bad guy. He does this and that. No. I know he's a charitable
It's
guy
just
and all
the
that
corniness.
stuff. It's so fake, bro. It is so fake.
PR, man.
So
That's
it's
what you
either,
gotta
no, but
do,
listen,
though,
it's
but
either
what you
so
do with
fake
money.
or if it's not fake and that's traditional, like truly how him and his entourage and Team 3 and all that is, then they are oblivious to the real world. Either way, bad look.
Well, maybe the person
Either way.
for his right arm
Either
is
way.
telling him
I mean, maybe
something
I need to
different
get
from
over
the
it.
person from his left arm because
But-
he has an assistant
Bro,
for each
he's getting
limb.
for each limb. Each limb, he's got a specialty. I mean, bro.
Isn't that crazy? That's...
Bro, he sounds like LeBron sometimes. So LeBron trying to come out and make a statement against Kyrie. We'll get back to football real quick, but just remind him of this, and it's my show, and we'll go fucking down any rabbit hole I want. LeBron James, because it's YouTube Live, ladies and gentlemen. When LeBron James trying to talk about what Kyrie Irving said and did, and this, that, and the other, and he's trying to make a very good point. And in that point, he's trying to talk about like prominence, like doesn't matter what wealth class you come from, doesn't matter that he's trying to be that, right? And then he goes, doesn't matter how tall you are. Bro, what the fuck does that have to do with social injustice or your voice in the community that is the human race? What the fuck does height have to do with it? He's like, doesn't matter how tall you are. Why would you even say that? Like, why you're trying to sound smart and then you say some dumb shit like that so the rest of your message gets drowned out because people are going, why would he say that? Oh, that's right, because he's not as educated as he likes to believe. Moving on.
When you're
That's
under
how
6
I feel
foot,
about. That's how I feel about Russell
your
Wilson.
opinion doesn't matter when you're under 6 foot.
Apparently, under 6'7", because he said it doesn't matter how tall you are, not how short you are.
I'm just joking.
This
But
son
like,
of a Anyways,
It's
they're
just-
falling in the same
But
category.
here's the thing: is that like when you make comments and you also get heated, like I mean, you and I both know, like especially doing live coverage, doing some things that are live.
Right? Yeah, all of our shows are live. We never take takes. We
Correct.
make takes, but we never take
But
takes.
it's always one take.
Ooh, that's a good. Whew.
Takes.
That sounds like some rap shit because they use that same word like 3 times, but with different
I
stuff.
love you've been bringing up rap a lot today, but it is it's hard sometimes you can slip up. It's okay, and I think a lot of people it's easy to take advantage of that, and I can understand it. But either way, okay. So you're taking the Bears.
I'm taking the Bears.
Okay.
We're on the Denver Tennessee game. I'm taking Tennessee -2.5, even though 75% of the money's on Tennessee. I'm still doing it. Tennessee's a better team. Tennessee is a better team. And Malik Willis did not play bad. He's going to make rookie mistakes. That's going to happen.
Is Henry just going to run all over him, you think?
Oh, I think the running game is going to just cause so many problems for Denver, and they're going to hold the ball a lot more. Look at Denver's. Let's see Denver's offense and how much they actually have the ball. Oh, 13th on time on the field, but 31st in total scoring. So they're on the field and can't get it done. Period. 20th in passing, 22nd in rushing. That's not going to get any better. You are who you are by week 10, according to AQ Shipley. You are who you are at this point. You're not going to just change stuff.
Correct.
You're not going to be able to flip it on a dime and make a difference. You're going to have to ride out the philosophy they have. And right now,
That's
it is
coming
not
from a
it's not-
stud center.
It's not
that knows
working.
the game.
They're 23rd in yards per play. They're middle of the pack in number of plays.
I want to pick different
And it's
from you,
in
but no.
Tennessee.
Yes, I want to.
I'm going to give me the better roster and the better coaching staff.
Tennessee. All right, let's move on. Oh man, I have a feeling that like the Broncos are going to win, but
Then take the Broncos.
No, because I'm going to go opposite of what I think right now. Like you beat me by 1 game last week, I think, and
Did I
it's just
really?
frustrating.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll look it up in here. Okay, Jaguars at Chiefs.
So, I mean,
Kansas City's
obviously-
-9.5.
Obviously, we're not even going to spend too much time on this. I'm taking Kansas City. I'm taking the points. I just don't think that Jacksonville's going to have enough firepower to deal with the offense that is the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, look now. I will say this.
Yeah,
I do believe Kansas City has not covered at home all year. Has not, repeat, not covered at home all year.
Really?
I'm-
Kansas City is not covered.
I'm
once.
I'm
Are
pulling
they
this up right
favored
now.
just that much though?
Hold on.
Because I know that we've had some big spreads with them.
No. They are 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 games. Okay.
Okay.
They're 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 home games. Their last 5 home games, which is this entire season, they are 0-5 against the spread at home. They're 0-6 against the spread in the last 6 against an AFC opponent. I'm just giving you some deep stat
this is
shit.
crazy. Like if you think
And the
about
total,
it, like
and the
when
total
you start, you
has gone under 5 of the last 6 games that Kansas City has played in the month of November.
But when you think about like breaking that down, I mean, because if we're talking about MVP candidates, like Mahomes is probably number 1 right now.
As long as they win, it won't matter if they don't cover.
unless you're putting in, with anybody with the Eagles, like I mean, you could put that a lot up there because they're undefeated. And speaking of, they might go undefeated.
Who, Philly?
Yeah. But we can get into that once we cover that game. Who are you taking? You still going to take with the 9.5?
So given what I've just said and how they haven't covered the spread at home all year and that they're 0-6 at home, et cetera, all of these things, they're the number 1 scoring offense. They're number 2 in passing. Now, they are 23 in rushing where Jacksonville's 7. Okay, but
So
if we look at, but
slow it down enough?
let's look at Kansas City's defense. Kansas City's defense against the run, they're 3rd. Okay, but they give up a lot of passing yards. Good thing that now Jacksonville's got some dogs. They do, and they're playing better. It does seem like when Kansas City's at home, their defense is getting thrashed though. They play better on the road as a defense than at home. That's wild.
Everything in my gut says to take the Chiefs.
I'm gonna take Jackson. I'm gonna flip it.
So
I'm going back the other way.
I'm
going back the other way. I'm gonna take Jacksonville.
I'm
cover.
taking Jacksonville.
Holy shit! Well, and 70% of the money's on him.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Hey, if we're gonna use the information that we see
Yes.
to help form an opinion,
Here's the thing.
sometimes you can still go with your gut. But seeing this and knowing that Jacksonville can score,
And knowing that the fucking house keeps winning, I'm going opposite. Like there's those 1 or 2 games that do actually are like blowouts this year, it seems like.
yeah,
each
1 or
week.
2 maybe, and blowouts
besides that,
and a blowout is being
like 14.
gracious. Yeah. Under 20,
That we've had, what'd you tell me? 104?
104 through week 9, 1-score games
The most,
ever.
and we're only halfway. So, okay, let's get the next one. Your Brownies
Ugh.
going into Miami.
All right, so Tua, we're just going to get into this real quick. Tua, 115.9 QB rating. It's number 1 in the NFL. Tyreek Hill, 122.7 yards per game. He ain't running the ball. Number 1 in the NFL, right?
Yeah.
Cleveland's passing defense against wide receivers, we give up a 96.9 QB rating, 7 touchdowns on the year, okay? So it's got to come from the pass rush. It's got to come from the pass rush, right?
Okay.
I do, however, based on the information that I have, Cleveland is plus 3.5. I got Miami beating them 24-22, 24-21. They win, but I think Cleveland covers.
Okay, so on
And that sounds crazy.
on CBS, it's -4.5, just as a heads up.
That's even better.
So
That gives me more.
you're taking
That gives me, well, yeah, I would take it even more. So if I was going to take it, I had it at 3.5. If it's at 4.5, I'll take it even more.
you like it even better.
Because, I mean, if you want to break, like, offensively, the Browns are, you don't want to say the Browns are the Browns because they're not. The Browns have a really, okay, their rankings in the year, they're 7th in total scoring, they're 3rd in rushing, they're number 1 on time in the field, they're number 4 in plays, and they're number 10 in yards per play. Offensively, Cleveland's offense gets it fucking done.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Look at the Miami run defense, however. They're 6th. They are good against the run. They are terrible against the pass. We don't pass the ball very well. So it's one of those things. You kind of have to, go with what you want to. I'm not picking my team to win because I think Miami's a better team, but I just think that after seeing what we saw in Chicago, seeing what we saw the last few weeks, like they can get it done. It's in Miami. I got Miami winning, not covering. I'm taking Cleveland to cover. They're 4-4 against the spread. Miami's 4-5 against the spread this season.
I've been picking you guys because I had belief,
And I haven't.
but I don't anymore.
Cleveland
You guys are-
7-1 against the spread against Miami in the last 8 games.
You're gonna get fucking blown up.
Miami is 1-5.
telling you.
Miami is 1-5 against the spread in the last 6.
I bet you guys
Okay.
will lose by 10.
I mean, it could happen.
All right. I'm picking Miami.
Any
other stats that you want to bring up?
No.
You're trying to kill me. Like normally I'm the stats that like brings all these crazy stuff up, but you're.
I just been digging deeper. I spent more time.
That's fine. All right, Texans going into New Jersey.
They're going to Jersey. MetLife Stadium.
The New York Giants.
81% of the money's on New York Giants. They're minus 4.5. Everything's and the over/under's 40, and a lot of the money's on the over because people think both teams can score.
So on our app, it's minus 6.5,
dude. That's what I'm saying, man. There's just some 6.5.
Yeah.
I think I took the Giants, but I'm telling you right now, I am not taking the Giants at a touchdown win. If that's the case, you see, I certainly did. It is 6.5. I'm going the other way. I'm going Houston Texans.
Mills, you're believing more in Mills?
81% of the money, bro. 81% of the money is on the Giants. I don't like that.
Okay, so but let's look up the stats
I'm
as far as rush defense. So because Saquon Barkley putting that down on the ground and they just ground and pound.
Yeah, they're dead last in running.
Okay.
Rush defense.
I'm taking.
I mean, I get it.
I'm
Man,
taking
that doesn't help.
Even though it's minus 6.5 in here, I'm still taking the Giants. All right.
Hold on. Let me just look at something here. Let me see what the Giants defense looks like. Oh, they're not good against the run either.
But
they're 26. Yep, but Houston's got a stud running back.
I know.
He's not Saquon. I get it. And they don't spend a lot of time on the field. My God, they're in the high 20s of everything. I originally have. I don't like how many people are betting on the Giants. Houston's total's gone for. All right, let me see what the Giants have done. They're 4-1 against the spread last 5. Total's gone under 8 of the last 10 times. All right.
Promoting SpongeBob today.
Are we? We were promoting The Rock at the time. I guess I'll go back the other way. I can't.
Are you moving it?
Yeah, I'm going back to what I had. Brooklyn Paulie, I do not like doing this because I'd never like taking the New York Giants. I just don't like them. Don't like them.
All right. Well,
but just based on looking at the and that's what sucks about this season. Everything leans so much that it should be the Giants. Fuck it. Nope. I'm going back. I'm taking Houston minus 6 or plus 6.5. I cannot believe it. There's just something telling me that.
All over the place.
No, there's just something telling me that because listen, we talk about it. This season has been so wackadoo with stuff being.
Yes.
It leans so much to the Giants at over 80% of the money's on it. So much. Houston will cover, especially at 6.5 versus 4.5.
Yeah, if it was, that's. I mean,
6.5 is a big number.
I still think it's a touchdown. I still think it's
for a team that can't score in the air.
Let's see. All right, we got New Orleans Saints going into the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh man, they're going to Acrisure.
So Pittsburgh's 2-6. Saints are 3-6.
The Saints are a better team.
Saints are a better team, and they were actually expected to be better than they are right now. Well,
I think not having Michael Thomas, I think, again, for the rest of the season, I think his days there are done, and they knew that's why they drafted Chris Olave.
Yeah. I mean, you have Jarvis Landry.
It's a pick'em game, and it's 50-50. Literally, it's minus 1.5 New Orleans on the road, and then it's 50% of the money's on both. And over. Well, I mean, they've got it over. It's a 40, and a lot of people have the money on that, too. So, I mean, it's a pick'em game.
So it's minus 1.5.
So it comes down to quarterback and coach.
Minus 1.5 on here, but it's minus 2.5.
Coaching, yeah, I see it's basically minus 2.5 everywhere else.
Okay.
Bovada's got it minus 1.5. A lot of the onlines have it at 1.5, and a lot of the traditional ones have it at 2.5. Yeah. Pittsburgh's offense stinks. They're 31st in scoring. They're 23rd in passing. They're 27 in rushing yards. They're 31st in yards per play. Okay. New Orleans offense, 8 in total scoring, 7th in passing, 9 in rushing, 11th in time on the field, 10th in numbers of plays, and 4th in yards per play. Their offense is getting it done, whether it's with Andy Dalton,
the Red Rocket,
or Jameis, which it has been Andy lately. Let's go into New Orleans defense here real quick. They're 27th in scoring.
I think this is easy.
They give up a lot of scores. 7th in time on the field, 8th in plays, 12th in yards per play. But man, Pittsburgh's offense stinks. There's still no. Is TJ Watt playing?
No,
their defense
he's on
completely
IR.
stinks. I'm taking New Orleans.
Me too.
I mean, I don't even think there's a question.
It's not hard.
There's not a question.
This is what, I think this is
60% of the money's on the over of 40. I don't even know if it could. Well, I mean, it could. Two bad defenses give up silly scoring.
I could see this going over just because it's Steelers is going to be cold weather.
I'm not playing the over,
it's going to be 49, but clear, like the air, like smooth. It's like they're going to be slinging it. I bet you.
Let me make sure I did take. Yeah, I took them. Yeah.
All right, we'll go to Jones. All right, so the Colts. We got Jeff Saturday coming into the building.
Look, you can't even make an attempt at. I mean, we have to because it's on there. I have them. I have the Colts plus 6.5. The Raiders are a lost cause, and I say that they're going to put up a 40 spot, but I will not bet on the Raiders until further notice. They have to show me just like they have to show themselves, like they show everybody. And when I say that, I know I sound ridiculous because who the fuck am I? I'm a guy in a garage. But for my betting purposes, my hard-earned money, Wade, I'm going to take the rascals that are the Colts.
You think they're going to have that?
Oh, I don't think they're going to win. I don't even know if they're going to win. This game might be 6-3.
But you think that they're going to have...
Dude, they're going to run the ball. They're going to run the ball 35, 40 times. And they're going to try to keep just Derek Carr and that offense off the field. And it'll be a grinded out game. And I'm going to take that they're going to run hard. There's going to be a little bit of a juice to them. And I think that there's so much... Look, there's no pressure on the Colts now.
No, correct. Yeah,
Frank Wright's gone. They need a top 3 pick. There's no pressure on
It was a
them.
great hire. Like, you have to think about it. Hey, listen, either
Guess
way...
what we're talking about? We're talking about Jeff Saturday being the coach, not Frank Wright being fired.
So somebody coming...
Deflection, ladies and gentlemen.
Even if you know that you want somebody else, like let's say you want, whoever it is.
Why would you want Reggie Wayne to be the head coach of this when you're trying to lose?
I'm saying somebody else.
If you really
that's
wanted
on
a guy like
somebody
him,
else's staff.
no, but I'm saying like let's say you wanted to put him as the head coach, or you wanted to, promote from within. At the end of the year, that crew's going to be gone. So why wouldn't you bring in a coach that basically he knows it's an 8-play rental, unless an 8-game rental, unless he kills it. Which okay, great. But if he doesn't, which everybody expects it to,
and
perfect.
It's cheap.
He can walk off.
Yes, it's a great situation.
Go back to doing ESPN.
Yes.
And then they'll go hire somebody that they really would like to take a shot at.
Yes. Perfect.
I'm still taking them to cover.
It's a great hire. Like
I'm taking them to cover. I think they're going to run the ball 35 times. I think there's going to be some trick plays. They got Sam Ellinger. He's going to be running a lot of play action reads, or you know what I'm saying?
I actually agree with everything you're saying,
but you're going to still go the other way,
and it fucking kills me because goddamn Raiders.
You're taking the Raiders.
Kill me every week, and then I talk to my uncle every Sunday, and I'm sitting here just like texting back and forth. I'm like, "Yeah, you fucked me again."
Yeah, but jaded Raiders fans are like jaded Steelers fans and jaded Cowboys fans.
Taking the Raiders.
Okay, you do that.
God damn it!
I'm not doing it until further notice.
Yeah.
Now.
Okay,
we went through the morning games, right? We covered all the morning games. That was an afternoon game. Again, there's only 3 afternoon games, I think. The Indy game's one of them. The next game, which matters a lot here locally, the Hard Knocks in season Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, did you? So you watched?
So I watched almost all of it this morning. I do think that I don't think that Kyler and Cliff hate each other at all, and I've been saying that. I know from the outside. And just in watching that,
you even think that like
no, I think that these guys are going to show.
You know damn well that they have.
You can have a disagreement
every morning to be like, okay, you need to be nice. This is what you need to say.
No.
Hell, yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Come on, bro.
No.
You know.
If you think that's the case, did you watch? So have you ever watched any of the Hard Knocks?
Yeah.
Like historically,
almost every.
Okay, well, then you should know you can't say that because then you're not paying attention. When you hear Hugh Jackson, you think he got a note saying you need to be nice, you need to say X, Y, and Z, we got to keep it politically correct, and then he tells all his coaches to basically shut the fuck up, sit down, it's not your decision. Even though what you say makes more sense, I'm in the chair, and I get to make the decision, and I'm overruling all of you. That does not sound like some shit you would say if you were coached to not say certain shit.
Not coaches, players, and your business, the people who run the business are giving it down to the people. Don't fucking say this shit because this is loud right now.
They give them an opportunity to cut stuff.
They're not gonna. It's not to every player.
Teams have looked very bad in the past on Hard Knocks because they get what they get.
Man.
Now, granted, they got to cut down 96 hours into a 45-minute gig. I get it.
We're in a new world where people are a lot smarter and realize what gets put out there means a whole hell of a lot. So I'm telling you, telling you, dude.
But when you're in the moment, when you're in the moment at a high level, whatever it is, your mind, from a human standpoint, unless you're a fucking psychopath or sociopath, you can't shut that pure emotion thing off. You either have it or you don't. So listen, even when you're at the heightest of the heights, if you don't like a motherfucker, you're not celebrating with that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could be like, just won the fucking Powerball, and somebody I don't like comes to me. You're thinking to yourself, but get the fuck away from me. Yeah. It would still be that way. Watching them, so maybe go back and watch it.
So am I a sociopath?
No. Listen, do you use Google to listen to our show? No. Okay, well, I mean, that's one way of telling for sure if you are.
Where's all this fucking, like, listen, what are you doing?
Watching it, you know how bad they want to win. You know that they're working hard at it.
Right.
I don't think it's that, and I've told you that. I think it is the pressure of them on their own wanting to win. I don't think that they have a problem with one another.
You think
I think on game day, from a professional standpoint, there is an issue because they're not winning. So we can talk about the fact that we're breaking the huddle late. We can talk about the fact that the plays are coming in so rushed, I can't understand it. Those things, yes, they can be addressed and those things can be fixed. I don't think they have a rift from a personal standpoint to which invades their ability to get the job done. I just think, ladies and gentlemen, they want to win real bad, that the pressure is putting that on them. I think that when you have that, you have less of your leash is shorter with yourself. So the snappiness is going to happen. And they know what's on the line because you said they're more cerebral now. There's more social media. Your brand is everything. So they know that eyes are on them all the time. And in that moment, they know that they want to win so fucking bad. Listen to Buda Baker talk. If you haven't watched Hard Knocks, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
I saw the clip, him like almost crying.
Oh, yeah. So upset. And then what's great is they're going through all that, right? And they're all kneeled down because they're all holding hands because about to pray. That might offend some people this day and age, but they were about to pray. And he's F-bombing this, and I'm fucking tired of losing this, and I'm fucking tired of losing that, and he's squeezing hands. And the next sentence is, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be. It is such an abrupt, like, to go from the passion of that to having the team Padre given the prayer in which everybody was down and sitting and paying respect to that. It's a team that is together and knows how bad they need to win, and they know that jobs are on the line. So they're pushing a little bit more. They're pressing a little bit more. But when you get to see them and they're down like around each other and all of that, it's hard right now because they're showing them lose and talking about what's going on with the loss. But I think that this team is tighter than the media wants to make it out to be. I really do. And I think that unfortunately, at the end of the year, if they're not where they're going to be, there will be changes. And I know I've been hard on Cliff, but I maybe it just does take time. Maybe it just does take time. Not for everybody. I understand not for everybody. Like with Kyle Shanahan, it didn't just take time. It was able to instantly get in there. And Mike McDaniels, I get some of those people. It's just able to get in there and do it. But that's not usually what happens.
Fucking wrong. So here's what I'm going to tell you. So first off, I think
I'm wrong and you didn't watch it. Okay, you didn't watch it, but I'm wrong.
No, but here's why. So what I want to say is that first off, with Buda Baker, I think he went straight into that because he was emotional. I think he didn't want to break down, so it was like easy.
He didn't start praying. He was crying.
No, I know. But
the next person was, as soon as he got quiet and he got on knees.
Yeah, correct. Like it was, that's what I'm saying. Like it was just like he shut down.
Anyways, with all that, I am taking the Cardinals.
I think the biggest fucking thing, and I've told you, I'm not a fan of Kyler Murray. Like,
I know you're not, which is why I think you need to watch this.
I don't think he'll last. He's too small, but his immaturity is what drives me fucking nuts.
Give specifics, sir.
You don't. Okay, so when you grew up, would you backtalk a coach at all? Now that he's gotten paid.
No, stop. Now he's gotten paid. You think that these guys at that level don't backtalk coaches?
Entitled. Like, no,
that's not entitled.
Dude,
if you're right, you're right. If you're wrong, you're wrong.
Everybody keeps thinking this guy is fucking so good. He can run like crazy, yes, and then he's going to get lit up probably in the next couple of weeks, and he's going to be out.
You cannot compare the professional game to playing in fucking Pop Warner or high school. Yeah, you're not going to backtalk your coach because you're a child and they are an adult. You're now damn near the same age. You've been playing football long enough that maybe you have an idea or two, and you would like to get that across. Yes, 100%. And the greats do. You've seen Tom Brady lose his shit against coordinators. You've seen the clips been going around this week because Jeff Saturday got hired of Peyton Manning losing his absolute shit on Jeff Saturday and then arguing with each other. You think that all of a sudden makes them immature and that they can't play?
Because they fucking put in years of work.
And Kyler hasn't? No. And I'm not a big Kyler fan.
He hasn't. Oh, my God. We're going to lose it. Okay. With that fucking being said, oh, my God. I don't want to fucking take the Rams because I hate this fucking game. I really do. But I'm taking the Cardinals still.
Oh, we agree on something. We're taking the Cardinals. We're moving the fuck on. Because this game
That
here.
was
This game
fun.
does not
That
matter.
was fun.
This game doesn't matter to anybody in this room.
Well, it does. It matters.
No,
to-
I'm talking about that. I'm talking about the next game. We already moved on.
Oh, okay.
The 4:25 kickoff is Cowboys, Green Bay Packers. Packers are at home,
Is this,
and
is this
they're
even,
an underdog. They're an underdog. They are a 4. Now, on here, it's 4.5. What's that say?
Let's see. 5.
Okay.
5.5.
And 73% of the money is on Dallas at -4.5. And the money's on the over. Green Bay, home dog in November with Aaron Rodgers quarterback. I don't know if that's ever happened before.
It's this season sucks for them. Like they need to get right. But Dallas, as much as I hate to say it, they're on a good path right now. They're
Dallas is
looking
playing
good.
very good football right now.
They might even end up signing OBJ per Jerry Jones.
Anything per Jerry Jones.
I mean, he's the PR guy. He's always going to be out there, promoting his own stuff. I'm taking the Cowboys, even though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to deny that either. I mean, I think this is pretty easy.
I
Green
think
Bay's
they're
kind of a
a better
lost
team.
cause right now. They're between a between a +3 and a +5. I mean, it's pretty incredible to see kind of be home dogs like that, Aaron Rodgers. But when you don't have the horses, you don't have the horses.
Yeah.
And they don't have the horses on the outside. And this is the first time that Matt LaFleur, as a head coach, has had to face adversity, and we're seeing him go through it. Every coach has to go through it at some point. He had 3 years of 13-3, or 3 years of 13-3 and a year of 13-4, or 13-3, 13-3, 13-4, whatever it's been. Either way, they're now having adversity. They're going to probably have a losing season. I mean, they're 3-6. They're having a losing season. They're not turning it around. Like we said, by week 9, week 10, you are who you are. Their offense isn't going to all of a sudden get any better. Now, maybe the rookies start catching on a little bit, but he hasn't had time.
No, they're not
to
there.
throw the ball.
Yeah, they're not a good team, and it's just you kind of have to accept it. Like if he's going to
Look,
play
they're 22nd
another
in passing yards, 15th in rushing, but they're on the field 8th most in the NFL. Talking about Green Bay's offense. Again, one of those offenses that's on the field and doesn't score. Hence the 3-6. I don't see where there's an opportunity now. If the weather's atrocious, hey, can you look and see what Green Bay weather is going to be real quick while I go over some of the trends for these two teams? Dallas, ladies and gentlemen, 6-1 against the spread in their last 7. 6-1 is pretty good. The total has gone under in 14 of the last 20 Dallas
44
games.
and cloudy.
44 and cloudy. Any chance of snow, rain, winds? Because all this,
I'm looking.
okay, because all of this information is regard to like Dallas is 1-8 straight up against the last 9 in Green Bay. Yeah, but that's not this year's Green Bay. That's not this team's Green Bay. This isn't your traditional Green Bay. Green Bay's 1-5 against the spread in their last 6. The total's gone under 7 in the last 10. So both teams, their unders are under.
So there is from 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m. There's a 35%. It's going to be 35 degrees, but there's a 48% chance there's going to be snow.
Oh shit. Well, everybody's on Dallas, so it's like if you're afraid.
So do you believe in Ezekiel Elliott being able to run it? And with
Is it going to be Zeke? Or is it going to be Tony Pollard?
Pollard. I think they'll use a mixture, but I think Pollard will probably actually get more touches than Zeke will.
Yeah, as he should right now. As he should right now. As he should right now. But
Still taking Dallas. I don't know what you're like.
the only I'm humming would be. The only reason I'm humming is because of the weather. If it became really, really bad where the passing game has basically been eliminated, okay, and snow slows down both teams, so the faster team that depends on the speed, which is a Dallas team because they play on turf and they have some speedsters and they do rely on that a little bit, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. That will neutralize that as well. So it's okay, what running back are we leaning on? Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon or Pollard and Zeke? And it comes down to offensive line. Dallas' offensive line, how banged up is Dallas' offensive line versus their offensive line? I'm going into the injuries right now. I know we're spending a lot of time on this, but I mean, this is a big game. Tyron Smith, their tackle, he's on the IR with a hamstring, right? Anthony Barr is out. Devontae Blatt. Ezekiel Elliott is a questionable with a knee.
It's old. It's Dallas.
All right, yeah. At 4.5, I'll take it. I got Dallas. Boy, a lot of people have the money on Dallas, which makes sense. It makes sense on why.
It is. I think this is one of those games where it's like I'm not going to go against it. I don't think so. So, okay, Sunday night.
Yeah, this is your game. I know you want to talk about this game.
I don't. Really?
The LA Chargers on the road against San Francisco at home. San Francisco's -7 on this. I don't know what it is on there. What's it on the CBS Sports line?
-7.5.
Okay. We got Chargers offense doesn't look like they're just decimated by injury. I don't think that's going to change. They can score, but we've seen what's happened. They had a hell of a dogfight last week with a far, not superior, but far smaller of a team, a lesser of a stature than the San Francisco 49ers, and it's about 50-50. 53% of the money on San Francisco, the over-under 45.5. I mean, San Francisco's rolling right now, as you know, sir. I don't think I need to say too much more.
Do people not know that we have like 11 players coming back this week?
Maybe that's why the 7.5.
It's like ridiculous. We're going to light. The Chargers aren't what they're
what
not.
they were supposed to be based
they're
on.
Not what at all.
I think a lot of that is injury. I really do.
We had CMC
They have no receivers.
throw a touchdown, run in for a touchdown, and catch a receiving touchdown. Come on, man. Like this, we have Debo, we have Kittle, we have Armstead's coming back.
Sounded like POTUS right there. Come on,
Dude,
man.
come on.
Continue.
Niners
on.
are going to fucking smack the fuck out of the Chargers. Wow. Yes. Niners all day long. And I'm not a homer straight on. Well, yes, I am.
It sounds like when you're using that descriptive language
but I'm
for
just
it,
telling you, when we have that many players coming back,
yes,
we have a good fucking team.
Yes. But I mean, the attitude in which you say it is coming from a homer mentality.
It does come from a little bit
I don't think I rolled that.
belly.
Yes, it does. 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
That's
also
fair.
taking San
That's
Francisco.
fair.
I don't think there's much to talk about when it comes to this game. I don't think that there's any, again, with all of the injuries from both teams, but you guys getting healthy where they're not. You know, the total's gone over 10 of the last 14 games for the Chargers. They're 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 against San Francisco. But again, history doesn't matter in this regard because they are so decimated by injury. They're not the same team.
Yeah.
San Francisco's 14-6 in the last 20. You know how many? The last 20? It's a season and a half. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of numbers that don't matter in that regard. It's where are they at right now? You have 11 guys coming back, 5 of which are all pro-ish category type players, especially with offensive line play. You guys are rolling.
Well, they want the Bosa brothers.
I don't think you have this issue. I don't think this game will be an issue.
I bet you that's exactly why they did this.
I don't think this game will be an issue.
No.
I got you guys winning. I didn't even put a score down because it didn't really matter. You guys will cover. You'll cover, and the over will happen.
Yeah.
There you go.
Even if it's, I don't like the 7.5 on here.
Yeah.
But at the same point, I still believe, I think.
Well, hold on, wait a minute. You can't say that you guys are going to smash them and then be worried about the 7.5.
No, I'm just saying,
no.
Okay, then fuck it. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, you can't be worried about it.
Then I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it anymore.
Let's go to this. Okay. Yo, Monday's game.
I'm like driving you fucking nuts.
8:15 Eastern, 6:15 here, 5:15 for you West Coaster elitists. The Washington Commodores, Commanders, Redskins football team not going to have their owner in this time next year. On the road against their division rival, the Philadelphia undefeated Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. I got it minus 10.5, but this says 11. That probably says 11.5 now.
This says minus 10.5.
Okay.
This says minus 11.
All right.
So we're going against
64% of the money is on the Washington football team to cover that plus 11. 11 is a lot of points. Wow. Philly's also undefeated. Washington's pesky. We've talked about this. Heineke's got a little of that moxie, that mojo, every other word you want to use for a white quarterback that's not Tom Brady or Justin Herbert.
Yeah, how you do. Different races get the different
Well, yes, 100%. We all know that. It is what it is.
We've talked about that.
Over under 44.
How many times have they covered Philly?
All right, let's go look at that real quick.
So if they're putting up 28 points per game where Washington's only putting up 17. So this is it should in all.
Philly's 5-2 against the spread their last 7. The total's gone over in 4 of the last 5. They're 8-0 straight up, obviously. The total's gone over in 8 of their 9 last home games. They're 4-1 straight up in the last 5 when playing at home against Washington. They're 5-0 straight up in the last 5 against the NFC. I mean, some of that is because they're undefeated. They're 6-3 in the last 9 on Monday Night Football. There you go. They're 6-3 against the spread in their last 9 games played on Monday Night Football at home.
So
how many of those are
this is a
Jalen Hurts?
This is a great team, and you would think in every bit of your gut, pick Philly.
You pick them to win. 11's a lot of points.
But 10.5 is that's where it's just I gotta go the opposite way.
I'm taking Philly. Go the opposite way because I'm taking Philly. I might have gone the other way already. No, I think I just took Philly. Look, I'm gonna believe what they've been giving us. What they've been giving us is undefeated football, and they've beaten. They've come out perfect at the end of every game. I mean, that's what matters. I do actually have Washington. So earlier me was thinking different than current me. That tends to happen. Do I stay with what I picked?
No, I'm fucking picking Philly. I'm not doing it. I can't. Philly's fucking good.
I mean, it
man.
could be Philly 22-10, and they cover. I mean, the Commanders.
I think Philly's going to go up early in the game, and then they're just going to cruise. And as long as there's not like anything to where then they'll just ground and pound.
11 points is a lot of points.
Then pick against me. I'm picking Philly.
Listen, I already have Washington on here.
Okay.
I just haven't. I'm just. I know this is live and people don't want to hear me hemming and hawing, but man, it's like, well, I think the last time I took. All right, I'm gonna take Philly for now. I may change my mind.
No, you have to fucking make a decision. This is why we do this show. So this is why your numbers are always off. Is because you say my numbers are wrong. It's like because I write it down when we do the show, and
Yeah, but we're also using a machine that keeps track of it, so it's nobody's math. It's CBS's math. But the point is, we're also making the picks on Thursday, bro.
Okay.
What matters when you're making picks on Thursday, we don't know if Josh Allen's going to play. I think that's a big fucking difference when you're making a pick.
I still not for me.
Well, and that's why
I'm not.
And that's why you are the position you are in.
Thank you.
Behind me. When it comes to fucking picks.
I lost by one game. You had 7.
Where you at on the year, dog? Like
2 behind you?
You're 7 behind me. Almost a whole fucking week. Hush your mouth.
Oh my God. Whatever. Anyways.
All right, so that's the football talk. We got through week 10. We gave our picks. Obviously, I would take Philly to win. I'm not taking Washington to win, but I may take them to cover. 11's a lot of points. And Philly has shown even though they've won their games, they've shown a proponent to be able to play down to their, they still win. So I think there's going to be that pressure. I don't know. Like I said, I may go with Philly, but right now it's sitting on the Washington Commanders.
No, you're so wrong, but it's fine. It is what it is. So we have next week? On Wednesday I get to go to the Golden State Warriors game, covering the
and that's
Warriors.
Your second time. I know we said we were going to split. We were going to split the marquee games, and I'd already given it to you before I said that, so I can't go back on my word.
But it's also nice because if it was the
Cavs,
yeah,
but we're splitting the Lakers.
Well, yeah, I don't care about who the fuck cares about the Lakers this year. Like, I mean, it's cool to see LeBron, but like, okay,
so then don't go to the Lakers game.
He has no motivation for this year, like absolutely none. It's not gonna happen. So yeah, but it is gonna be fun. So we'll be covering that live on JamesOutWest.com.
And the Twitter. JamesOutWest_AZ, I believe.
And IG JOW_RR. We got a lot of big things coming up, but it's just so much. We did our late night show.
Yeah, that was fun. We'll do that again.
We did a Zoom call, which was you can see on.
It's up on the YouTube, and then you can catch it on Spotify, the audio version.
Yes, it's hilarious.
There is a video version of Spotify, but I don't know how that works.
I do.
So
you just upload it.
Because you don't have it recorded. I have the record.
Mm-hmm.
Can you pull it off of YouTube though?
Yeah. Now with the new converter.
Okay. I was gonna say because I mean,
new software
if we can do
with the
that.
new one, yes, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, dude, this is gonna be a fun week. I think there's a lot of kind of bullshit games, but I think there's a lot of really good games. I think the Vikings Bills, especially if Josh Allen plays, might be the game of the week. I hate playing Sunday night football or Monday night football because I have to wait to watch. You go through the whole day. And especially
for your team,
if you're not winning in fantasy, your picks aren't right. Like you're just having a shitty day, and then you go into a game, you're just like, God, this is just a bad vibe of the day already.
So I have the last couple of weeks, and I don't know what's gotten into me about this. Maybe it's the weather, maybe having to do stuff around the house, maybe the holidays coming up. I don't know. But once I make my bets, unless I have a feeling that one's close, I don't even go and look. I don't look at fantasy until the end of the night because I don't even. Yeah, I'm dead serious. I don't look at shit. I'll watch the games in here. I'll kind of have an idea what's going on, but I don't look. Because you know what I found? doesn't bother my day as much. I'm going to end up being angry. Let's just be angry at the end of the night, not all fucking day because your team let you down. That's just me. It's been working for me. Like, if you look here real quick before we get out of here, ladies and gentlemen, show
You know what that
right
tells me is that you are maturing and you're getting older and you're understanding.
Oh, yeah.
My family needs me.
Yeah.
I'm not there yet.
I still need to watch. Maybe in a James Out West after hours edition like we did, okay. I'll tell you how I became to becoming that way.
Okay.
It's pretty, I can tell you when.
The moment?
Yeah. But real quick, take a look at this. You can see the game pre-picks against this. This is the NFL. This is all their people picking. Adam Rangu, Daniel Jeremiah, Colleen Wolfe, you see other people, right? They all took the Dolphins, right? They all took the Dolphins to win. All of them. The only one everybody took them to cover, but 2 people. They had the Dolphins winning, but they got them, look, by 4, by 1. By 1, by 2, by 4.
I don't think you'll put up that many points.
Maybe not. We put up 35 against Cincinnati on Halloween, so who knows?
That is true. I mean, you guys looked great.
You just never know.
We watched that game in here, so yeah.
You never know. All right, so we will be back on the radio finally on Monday, 7 p.m. Arizona time.
1060 KDUS.
Yep. Phoenix.
Yes.
On the Dan Patrick Show.
Love
Rich Eyes and all that good stuff. Got our renewal for 2023. From KDUS, so I filled that out. I will turn that in. So we'll be on for another year. So it sounds like they'll have us back, which is cool. Yep, check that box off.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on.
There will be more basketball involved. There will probably end up being a weekly, just a basketball segment, but it won't be an hour long. It'll probably be more like 20, 30 minutes, maybe tops. I don't think that we're going to go into that deep. And more of that will not just be covering it, but more covering it from a betting standpoint, because that's where my mind falls to more so in basketball than being able to analyze and break down these games, because, dude, it's different on any given night in basketball, way more than it is in football, because they only play once a week versus once every couple of days. Same thing with baseball. So it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different in seeing how that they approach games. And after hearing D-Book talk about that, wins and losses, I mean, they matter, but individually they don't, in the sense of, what matters is getting home court advantage and being in the playoffs. So you can't let a loss hinder you too much, I think is what he was getting at. Was we lost on a bullshit non-travel call buzzer beater against Portland. But if we dwell on that, then the next game's going to bite us in the ass. I know where he was going with that. That's how I read it.
Yeah, absolutely. When you think about basketball, halfway through the season, you want to have at least 2/3 of your games in dubs, right? If you're in that position, then you know that you can take that next step where you start really playing. So you can rest players. It's okay to take that L every once in a while. You never want to have it. Same point. It's a long fucking season. You can't expect to go 70 wins, like the Warriors or like Chicago. That's not going to happen for the most part. So it is fun though to see behind the scenes and see how these guys talk. And I mean, even just walking down the halls with Ayton and Booker, and it's just man, you just get to see.
But I will say this though, even just in the last, I've been 3 or 4. It's now normal. It's now normal because I know the lay of the land, where to go in, who you're talking to, where to go sit, how to go everywhere, where you need to be. So there's less uncertainty for me, which allows me to be a little bit more relaxed when talking to people, literally getting ready to go into the stairs before the game, going up, Al McCoy, I mean, close, me and you. Yeah. And he was like, oh, yeah. And he's like, how you doing? I was like, I'm good, Al. How are you doing? Great. Can't wait for the game. He's like, good. Have a good one. You too. And I just went up the stairs. I was like, fucking Al McCoy. Having a conversation. Cool. And I just kept it moving. So it's that's becoming more and more normal. So when we start to go into the shoot-arounds, which we will be going to shoot-arounds.
Yep.
It'll become more and more normal around it, and then you'll be able to feel more comfortable to be able to ask normal questions, or just be in the flow. Don't have to ask a question every time, but if you got something, you'll feel more confident. At least, and I'm saying that out loud because that's how I feel for myself.
Yeah, no, I have accidentally, purposely gotten lost.
Oh, just kind of walk around.
Just kind of exploring, So I found, where the buses all come in and everything. So I'm walking back, and Chauncey Billups was right there.
Yeah, I saw a big shot.
And I was just like, oh, hey, what up, man? How you doing? Super nice guy. Ended up chopping it up for just a quick second. It was awesome. It's just small stuff. We can't go in and ask for pictures and do all that stuff.
No, nor would you.
But being able to be on the floor and being able to talk to a lot of people and being able to see the things that we do and be able to report. We're doing journalism, that something we haven't really gotten into, but this is new this year, but it's also helping us grow. So yeah, man,
all those
cool.
one paper a week.
University of
Phoenix for 5 years, all 40 of my bachelor degree classes where I had to write a paper a week. So how many, if I wrote one paper a week for 5 weeks and there's 40 classes, how many papers did I write?
I don't know.
5 times 40.
Well, but a week.
One a week. There's 5 weeks. So I write 5 a class and there's 40 classes. So 5 times 40.
Okay.
160 fucking papers, bro. 200 papers, bro. 200 papers.
That's not that big.
200 papers. ADA. Bottom line is, I learned how to bullshit a long time ago. Okay. So in writing this, my descriptive words are okay.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, look for that stuff, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we'll be doing. We're going to have a little bit of a different format, maybe after the first of the year. There might be some more editing going on, maybe some labels, some like more professional shit, things that we don't do right now, things that probably we could do if we figured it out. I spent like 8 hours in here on Monday trying to do that shit, and we ended up with a fucking Zoom call that got uploaded. So that tells you how the technology goes around this joint, but it is what it is. Check out JamesOutWest.com, us on iTunes, Spotify, Facebook, all the socials, IG, Twitter. There's more tweeting going on, all that good stuff.
I was told to never say twat again.
Yeah, I mean, you really shouldn't. So whoever gave you that advice, it's good advice.
My
Seemingly,
son.
Really? I was going to say, I agree. Yeah, that's right.
My son, you listen to it.
Well, that's
just
great.
Like, don't
shout out, Brody. Take care of your dad. Sometimes you have to be checked. All right, dude. So yeah, next week, we'll be in here
for sure.
Same time, same bat channel. Peace.
One
Y'all
love.
have a great week, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out Donnie D from the Berg doing some great Cardinals coverage. Check him out, allcardinals.com. Check out Earl Bennett, KSRN, Casual Sports. And y'all have a good week.